What's up, YouTube? This is Aaron. I'm out here on another stroll. You seen the title. I want to get right to it. Samantha Lee regrets her divorce. First of all, I want to say fair use because this is going to be like my first review video. This video is probably going to ruffle some feathers. Not trying to be controversial, but I do have a lot on my mind about this particular topic of divorce. And I'm going to speak specifically to Samantha Lee. I'm going to go ahead and let you take a look at this clip, and then I'm going to come back and discuss that. So fair use. After this video, I'm going to get back to the regularly scheduled programming of this channel. But this does have a lot to do with entrepreneurship and business ownership, because selecting the right partner is very important to the success of your life and your business. So that's kind of why I'm doing this review and how I'm going to kind of hook it into what I talk about on this channel. So take a look at this clip and I'll come back.
So let me ask you this. If we can go back, and if I were able somehow to insulate you with a pro-marriage, pro-relationship community, do you think you still would have actually gone through a divorce?
Not at that time.
Okay.
I don't know what would have happened. Oh, I've never said this publicly. The truth about the matter is that if I had different people in my ear at that time, I would not have made that decision. No.
Wow.
All right. So you saw that. So Samantha Lee was married to singer Tyrese, and she divorced him. It went viral, and it's still going on the internet because they're going through the divorce process, and she's getting him out of millions of dollars. She did this dude kind of dirty, to be honest with you. It's really sad. Divorce is sad at, any type of situation, especially when you have children involved, and they have a little girl involved, I believe. The funny part about Samantha Lee is that she is a big time YouTube creator, and she talks about relationships, and she tries to give people advice. And I find that very funny and ironic because of the way she has acted throughout this thing. I don't feel like she was reasonable in the divorce proceedings. They had a prenuptial agreement, but she's trying to break that and get as much money out of this guy as almost like he's a stranger, almost like he's not the father of her child, like she never met this guy. She's just trying to break this guy, Tyrese. I believe her lawyer bill is about over $500,000, and she wants him to pay for it, even though she initiated the divorce. And that's one of the key things that I want to talk about in this video, that I want you guys to understand. People are in business for you to divorce your spouse. That's how they send their kids to private school and to private colleges. You ruining your life. Your child's lives being ruined through divorce. They're able to ride around in $100,000 cars and send their kids to $50,000 and $60,000 a year private schools. Number one. So in this video, hit the like button, by the way, and subscribe to the channel. I'm now over 1,000 subscribers, so I appreciate you guys. Hit the like button and share this video. So the things I'm going to talk about in this video today, and I want you to go into the comment section because I'm just going to give my opinion, okay? What I'm going to talk about is the system that has caused this pandemic of broken relationships and broken families. I'm going to tell you why they have done that, which you probably never thought about, because there's a reason why people want broken families. They don't want a father in the household. I'm going to talk about how they influence females to do this, but I want you to give your opinion. I'm not saying that my opinion is 100% correct. I'm saying to you, you can disagree with me respectfully. Okay? Respectfully. I'm just giving you my opinion and my slant on it. I want you to go in the comment section and tell me what you think. Okay? So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about social media as well. I'm going to talk about COVID pandemic and the pandemic of divorce and broken families and broken relationships. I'm also going to talk about the jealousy and envy of people outside of your relationship and how you should not let people outside of your marriage talk to you about what's going on inside of your marriage or influence you. They can talk to you. Don't allow them to influence you. And I'm just going off the cuff here. This is going to be a longer video. This is probably going to be about 30-minute videos. But stay with me here. This is very important. And I felt the need to really talk about this and get it off my chest because, you know, this channel, I started out profiling services and things like that, but I have a voice. I have thoughts, okay? I have opinions that I want to share with you so that we can connect with each other and you can know exactly who I am. The corporate lie to service guy. That's my story. So let me go ahead and get started on this subject for today. Divorce. Samantha Lee, she now regrets the fact that she broke up her family. I don't know all the specifics, but that does not really matter. What I do know is that when you get married, you take a vow. For richer, for poorer, through sickness and in health, till death do us part. That's what you take a vow to do. Okay? And in the past, many times, people have gone through situations in their marriage. They've worked through it and stuck together. I have a personal experience with that. Okay? So marriage is not easy. But one thing I can tell you that I found today in today's 2023, it's not about happiness all the time. You're never going to be happy with anybody, and there's no perfect person that's going to make you happy. Okay? Just don't exist. But let me touch on this. I was a child of the 80s, born in 1980. So let's get into the psychology of this. Words that I never heard in 1980, the 1990s, 2000s, 2010s, just here recently within the past 2 or 3 years. Self-care, self-love. Narcissist. He's a narcissist. I'm sorry. You hear that word all the time. Boundaries and toxic. 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010. You never heard these words. And all of a sudden, that's all everybody's talking about. I have to worry about my self-care, self-love. Oh, he's a narcissist, and it's toxic masculinity. So I want you to ask yourself this question. Who pushed these words into the mainstream? Who pushed these words into the mainstream lexicon? And why? I never heard them in 1980s, 90s, 2000. Just recently. They got to plant a seed. Oh, if it's not working, if you're not happy, you need to go work on your self-care, girl. You need to love yourself. Don't worry about the care or the love of the children involved. Worry about you. It's all about your own personal self-care. So that's number one. They're starting to plant the seeds there. So then I started thinking about the male-female relationship dynamic. Because a lot of times women get emotional because if a man does something to you that you feel like offends you, here is the innate nature involved in this. See, a female cannot physically stomp out a man. You know, you see these videos where a guy might get knocked out and, you know, somebody will step in and say, hey, man, he's knocked out. It's over with. Right? And then it's over. But then you see those videos where a guy gets knocked out and they keep stomping the dude. Right? So now a female, she can't knock out a man. So what can she do? She can affect him on a psychological level. So what can she do? I can't knock this dude out, but you know what I can do? I can break up his family. I can take his children away from him. So not only did you just knock me out, now you're going to take me to divorce court and try and take all of my money. I'm talking about Samantha Lee. You know, as Tyrese comes home, the house is empty. He's knocked out. He's devastated. Okay, you don't want to be with me anymore. Okay, that's fine. I'm knocked out. But no, what I'm going to do now, what Samantha Lee is going to do now, and I don't know her. I'm not trying to, it's not all about her. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm attacking her, okay? But I'm just saying, women in general, we've heard these stories. Now I'm going to take him and drag him through the divorce court, and I'm going to try and get all of his money. Now, you ain't sung not one song. You ain't shot not one basket. Ain't ran for one touchdown. These dudes, they can't even walk after their careers. But you want his championship belts. You want to take his shit. Now, I'm not saying that a woman shouldn't get anything, but you stomping the dude out now. Okay? You're stomping the dude out trying to take everything from the guy. And now that's how I see it. Now, where I want to go from here is, let's talk about the divorce system and understand that it's all about money. Child support. The court is making money off of this stuff. Okay? So let me go on to why, and I'll try and touch on the other stuff later. The reason why they want you to get divorced and to break up your family is this. If you're just living together, there's one house. You got one set of washer and dryer. You got 2 TVs, 3 TVs, probably 4 TVs. What else you got? Furniture. You break that family up, you break that household up, now you got 2 houses that need to be bought to stimulate this economy. You got to buy another set of washer and dryers. Now you got to buy 4 more TVs, all materialistic, all about the dollar and economic stimulus. Now you got to pay another gas bill. It's 2 gas bills that are being paid now. It's 2 electric bills. It's more phone bills. You got to buy clothes for each household now. You see the evilness in this system, but how do they get the person to buy into it? Whether it be a man or a woman, I'm talking from a male's perspective, so let's go to social media. Instagram. We can talk about those old TV shows, Sex in the City. But let's talk about today, Instagram. You get to go on Instagram and see a perfect lifestyle of a woman sitting in a Rolls Royce. She's sitting on a Lamborghini with Louis Vuitton and Chanel and all this other bullshit. And then they show you these picture perfect families. The guy's walking around with no socks on, cleaning up the bathroom with music playing in the background. Donnell Jones and shit. Like, dude, that's 15 seconds of your life. Your life ain't perfect like that. The light ain't all perfect. And they've convinced these women that, oh, look at your life. It's not perfect like that. You should go out and get a guy who's going to give you a perfect life like the guy walking around with no socks on and shit. They start to plant the seeds inside the mind. You can do better. And then on top of that, now your jealous friends who are jealous of your relationship, they might be married. But they still jealous of you and your family. They might be jealous of the school that your children go to because their child doesn't go to that school. They want their child in that private school. They want to compete with you. But you don't know that. And they in your ear, girl, you need to leave him. You need to find somebody who's going to treat you better. So then they talk you into leaving your husband. I'm talking to the women right now. They talk you into leaving your husband. Just like Samantha Lee said that they talked her into, people were in her ear. Here's the funny part about that. After you do leave your husband and all the support settles down and everything, and the divorce is finalized, it's over with now. They convince you to leave your husband. Father's Day rolls around. You know what? That same woman who was in your ear telling you to leave your husband, she's still posting her family because she kept her family intact. She talked you into leaving your family, into breaking up your family. But she's still with her family. Jealousy and envy. But you buy into it. You buy into it. So I wanted to get those points out. So I talked about Instagram, social media, talked about the people who come into your ear. And then let's talk about the grass being greener on the other side. Maybe it is. Maybe you can't find somebody else who's going to give you all of this stuff or whatever. But sometimes, talking to women now, sometimes guys will just tell you what they want to hear to get what they want. Then you may never see them again. Things might change. But while you're with your husband, oh, girl, I'll treat you so good. He ain't treating you right. He ain't doing this. I'll do all this for you. Now you got to ask yourself. It's like Kevin Samuels would ask. If you have a guy, let's say he's single, he's successful, probably can get somebody, he can choose who he wants. The question is, why would he choose you when he can choose somebody else? Maybe has more attractive qualities. Maybe they're younger than you. Maybe they don't have any children. Maybe they don't have an active father around that he has to deal with. These are things men think about. Do I have to worry about this guy? But then also, too, go in the comment section, please. This is just my opinion. If you're still here, hit the like button. Guy's thinking to himself, why would I deal with all that? Let's say you do find a guy who does everything for you. He's this perfect guy. Are you going to like that guy? Or are you going to think he's a simp and you're going to get tired of that after a while? I don't know. This is just my opinion. But it's sad because they created this pandemic. After the pandemic, we got to sit at home with our families and everybody was cooped up. And next thing you know, there's a pandemic on broken families and divorces. Marriage is not perfect. Spouses aren't perfect. Man and woman is not perfect. Husband and wife is not perfect. But when you have children involved, it's not all about you. It's not all about self-care and self-love. It's about the children too. You gotta think about how it affects them. Are you making an emotional decision in that time? You gotta think 30 years down the line. But no, it's just all about, I want to be in control. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. I don't have to listen to that person. It's not working, it's not no longer about working as a team to build something and to work through problems, which will build the love for each other even more. No, you want everything to be easy. Oh, there's never going to be any problems because you know what? We grew up on the Cosby Show, and it was perfect. Cliff and Claire, they were perfect. They never had any problems. That's television. It's not reality. After this video, guys, like I said, I've changed over my channel. I'm going to talk about more of these issues, but I'm still going to keep it around the business aspect. But if you have a spouse and you're in business and they don't breathe life into you, support you, encourage you, it ain't gonna work. I've told the story, and I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here in just a second, about Patrick Bet-David. He started his insurance company. He eventually sold it for $400 million. But when he was starting the company, the spouse he chose, he went to her and said, baby, we can buy this big ass house, but we're not gonna do that because I'm starting this business. I got to use the money to do that. Are you willing to move into an apartment with me? I know we can live in the suburbs in a nice house, but I don't think we should do that right now. I think we should build up the business. His wife said, yeah, I believe in you. I trust you. Let's do this thing together. Now, that's an extreme example, but I'm just saying. So I just had to get that off my chest. Hopefully you guys followed me. I don't want, like I said, I'm not trying to say all women are bad and all men are right. I'm just letting you know that there are influences outside who are promoting the destruction of families, promoting divorce. Because when you take the protection of a father outside of the house, he's no longer to protect. The enemy can come in. That makes it easier for the enemy to come in. There's no protection there. So that's why he wants that guy gone. Once the guy's gone, we can get you to do anything. I'm not even going to go into, I can't even go into what they're convincing them to do to their children without the man present. You already know what I'm talking about, but I'm not going to go there. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys, but hopefully I have delivered a coherent message. And unfortunately, looks like they're being successful in this destruction of the family. And it's sad. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video there. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully it's been thought-provoking. Go in the comments below. Tell me what you think. Tell me if I'm off somewhere or whatever. Like I said, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything. I'm just giving my opinion on this. So appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next one.